What's going on, you guys? Lit Man Tuck is coming back at you with a couple of book reviews. And again, this one is on Pocket FM. I've been on that for a little bit, just to switch and change things up. I'm slowly but surely being pulled back to Audible, man. I got a book called Beware the Chicken with Travis Baldree as the narrator. And then I got another book coming called The Nexus Games 2 that I've been waiting on for a long time. So I'm getting pulled back to Audible, but I've been doing this Pocket FM thing. I'm going to kind of cover a couple of books that I've been going over. So one is called The Disintegrator. The other is called Release That Witch, and Jack's Retribution. Now, I've been, listening to a lot of, different stories or episodes, whatever you want to call them. But these are three that stood out to me that I actually liked, right? So the Disintegrator, the main character, his name is Harris, and he's overpowered. I just love overpowered characters with a stupid, ridiculous power. His power is he can basically disintegrate anything and integrate it into his body. So like at the beginning, spoiler alert, at the beginning, he disintegrates a math book, and then he just knows everything there is to math. And he disintegrates an English book, knows everything there is to English, right? And he can just score a perfect score on his test. Then he gets into a fight, and right before the fight begins, he disintegrates a dead spider, and all of a sudden he has these spidey senses. He disintegrates an ant, and he has 8 times, the ant has 400 times the strength, but he ended up getting eight times the strength of a regular man. And so he's just going about, man. He's probably going to be a millionaire, and he's totally overpowered. He's just different scenarios where the dude is just overpowered, right? He hasn't really met a lot of conflict. Things that happened to his family member that he was able to get revenge, but not a lot of conflict for him so far. I think I'm on episode 70 or 80, and I really like it as a good read. So if you're on Pocket FM, definitely check that one out. Lots of stories, and it unlocks daily for free. Some of the stories unlock daily, some of the stories do not. Now, the second one I want to talk about is called Release That Witch. The main character, his name is Ethan. And so basically, the actual Ethan died, and this dude came out of nowhere, and he died in his world, and all of a sudden he was in his body. So now he's this prince out of about 3 other siblings, and they're trying to figure out who they want to make the heir to the throne. And so they're going to send these siblings out to their own little land or whatever and see who could do the best. And so he's the least favorite because he was a coward, he's a slacker and a trickster and all that stuff. So they send him out to a barren land where demons attack every winter, and they can't even really eat out there, So they send him out there, but the thing is, he found a witch. Now in this setting, it's like the Salem witch trial. If you're thought to be a witch, you are killed immediately. But this dude, he's from another world, and he's more tolerant of witches. And so he saves the witch, and he actually starts to cultivate her powers. What I mean is he uses her to make a wall and just do things that you can't really do in those medieval times. And so he's like, oh, this is pretty cool. Let me find another witch. He finds another witch, and he keeps building him like a little team of witches to help give him an advantage. And so the people that are close to him, like his advisors are like, oh my God, what are you doing? He's like, look, you need to shut up. We're at a disadvantage right now, so we need an advantage. And so Release That Witch is definitely one to have fun with. They do not unlock episodes daily, so be prepared to pay some coins if you want to get through that story. So the last one I want to talk about, and I've talked about this one, is called Jack's Retribution. And so that one unlocks daily. And so every day I listen to about 2 episodes. So if you haven't read this one yet, it's about Jack. Of course, it seems like all these characters on Pocket F, most of these characters, they're Jack, Harry, Henry. Like those are the 3 main names. And then Alex coming up in here, man. So anyway, Jack, he has a low power level, but for whatever reason, he's overpowered. And he kills people that are levels beyond him. And that's pretty much all he does. There's really nothing else to that story, but it's still pretty cool. Now, I am slowly being pulled back into Audible. Like I said, I got a book called Beware the Chicken with Travis Baldree. But like I said, I was scared this was going to happen to me months ago when I first made that Insta Millionaire video, right? I felt like the stories are very linear and simplistic on Pocket FM, and it was going to change the way I listen. And so I don't have quite the attention span that I used to have when I just used to listen to Audible. I used to like a content-rich and very colorful story. So that's my son upstairs, man. He's playing video games. He's 11 years old. It's 8 o'clock at night. What are you gonna do? You know, I think he's part goblin. But anyway, my attention span has been altered, and I gotta find a way to get that back so I can enjoy the content-rich stories in Audible, especially with these next two books I'm about to listen to. So that's all I got for that one, man. Check those out, and I'll see you on the next one.